I don't know what that was, huh?
Hello,
Hello.
Hi. How's it going?
Good. I'm doing good. I was just so excited. I just keep watching Andy's YouTube video. I I finish it except right now I'm in the resources
Okay.
uh,
Yeah.
watching.
Just going
What?
back through all the resources.
Yeah, Tim, it
Yeah,
was a lot, but I was kind of excited. I guess the secret here is just to keep doing it and once you get the hang of it.
yep,
Right? It just, yeah, anything that is new, it's kind of intimidating, but Andy did a great job. It seemed a lot for me, but because he made it really itemized and really step by step, it was easy to follow. So
good,
I'll rewatch it again, and then I'll take notes and then follow, the the video of Andy as I go along. So I talked to my husband also, Tim Andy. I told him to watch it with me because
Yeah.
he's gonna be helping me.
Yeah.
good.
Awesome. Yeah.
I need like an Eileen or a Tim with my
That's right. Hey, yeah, I probably couldn't have done all this without Aileen because she's filming a lot of stuff and so yeah,
yeah.
100%.
I
Yeah, put
told
him
my
to
husband,
work.
I need you to help me, especially the technical stuff.
Yeah.
I can do the video, and then you have to be, but I love it. I love it because I started playing with the YouTube also before, like doing the thumbnail.
Yeah.
It was fun. I was like, man, I'd rather do this than doing you know how the farming, they purchase those, like farming when you farm and postcards.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
I said I don't want to do that. I'd rather do YouTube than the postcards.
Yeah, me and you
Amen.
both. And I don't
I
want a
think it's
cold call either. I don't want a cold call. I don't want a door
yeah.
knock. I don't want to do open houses.
I don't like open houses too. I start doing it, but then it's too dangerous when I put those sign, like the directional sign, like you have to put like 20 or 10 of those.
Yeah,
And it was so busy here, Tim. And especially there's a corner here in Morrisville, Cary area. And the traffic is really bad. And I asked my daughter to help me one time while my husband is driving. Between me and her, we're putting those signs. It was kind of dangerous. My daughter was like screaming. So
uh,
my husband said, "This is dangerous. Is there any other options?"
Yeah, Tim and I both share your sentiment on that. Neither we don't want to do open houses. We don't want a door knock. We don't want a cold call. We don't want to do any of
I
that.
know the door knocking. I told Tim that there was one lady that was shot in the head.
Ooh.
What?
wow.
Yeah, she went to the wrong house. I guess the guy that was because you don't know the paranoia. Sometimes there's a lot of things going on, and she just knocked. And then her husband is actually with her. She's a cleaning lady. She knocked at the door, and then she got shot. And I'm like, what? You know.
Wow.
So I'm
Wow.
like paranoid now about door knocking because you don't know who's a crazy guy that will open the door, and it's just too risky.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, so but I was so excited. I was like every time that I watch a video, I'm like, "Oh, can I do that? Yes, I can. I can. I can." I'll just follow the video, pause it if I have to, and then start, maybe I have this computer and then watch that and then do it. At least I accomplish one thing every day. So
Good.
Yep.
today I told my husband every day we have a goal. Like tonight we're gonna buy the 4.0 chat GPT.
Well,
Hmm.
there's a newer version now. But yeah, just but you just get the paid
Oh,
version of ChatGPT and it updates. So ChatGPT updates about once a month, probably.
Okay.
So yeah, and you'll just keep getting the updated version. I think they're actually on version 5.2 or 5.3 now, something
Same,
like that.
same price. Same
Yeah,
price.
it is. It's like
Okay.
22 bucks a month for the pro version of it. Yeah.
Okay. So we'll get that tonight and then the two buddy
Yeah.
subscription.
And I
Okay.
think I put a link in there for the TubeBuddy. I think you get a quite a bit of a discount if you use that link. It should give you a discount on it.
I saw only 20%. I like the 50% that you
Yeah.
can I get the 50? No.
Yeah, I don't know.
Better than-
That's up to them. If they changed it to 20, then I guess that's what it is.
Okay. But I'm gonna start that, the two buddy and the chat tonight. And then start customizing it. The one that you taught us. So
Yep.
yeah, I have a lot of questions, but I guess this is exciting because I know if I follow this, it's gonna be effective. And I just can't wait. I mean, when I saw your descriptions, there's so much to it, Andy. And I was kind of getting excited. Like, my goodness, this is how you do YouTube correctly.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
because I did the YouTube thing on because I also did the faith-based and then start dabbling on it and no views. And I knew in my heart, I said, I'm doing the wrong thing. But someday I said to myself, I'm gonna know how to do it. And then everything went to, the aha moment when I saw your YouTube
Yeah.
video.
So
I said, this is how
now
you
you know.
do it. Yeah,
That's right.
That's awesome.
it is. I'm excited. I told my husband because we also operate a Airbnb. We have two Airbnbs,
Yeah.
my husband and I, and we are like so disappointed with the Airbnb. And I told my husband, I said, we should do it this way too. Get that
Yeah.
organic, started applying it, practicing it, and you do the Airbnb version of doing the YouTube. And it's like, I was like, oh my gosh, there's so many possibilities. I'm just kind of like, ah.
Oh yeah, you can use. I have one guy who owns a car
Yeah.
lot, believe it or not, in locally in Daphne, and he uses the same method that I've taught
You,
to do the YouTube, and he
yeah,
has been selling like hotcakes off
really?
of YouTube. Yeah, with his car lot, he just does a video. He does he'll walk around do a video and then
Yeah.
make sure he does all the SEO stuff and makes it searchable and he said he's been getting a lot of phone calls just off of it. And he's like, "Where did you find me?" They're like, "YouTube. Found you on YouTube." So,
Yeah. The YouTube, Andy, was really good. You did a great job, the way because sometimes not everybody's a good teacher, you know what I mean? And there's a lot of missing things around it. But Andy really hit everything there. And like, it's like um, everything he can think of to make it easier for us. I was just so excited, and I'm like, my gosh, this is it. This is how you do it. It's just up to me to apply it because it's already there, so but anyways, i, I I'm just I just want to do it and I have questions, because I want to this week, Tim, Andy, I want to start doing this, like chat GPT, and hopefully I can start uh, doing the video sometime this weekend,
yeah.
if I can, I can set up my channel already,
Yep.
and then the prompts, and then I want to start that, and then once that's done, I can start the script, right?
Hmm.
Or and then the title, but I need to help also narrowing down. Oh, I know I have an assignment with Tim. Oh, is it okay to ask questions now? I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
100%. Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
of course.
okay. I'm sorry. I'm just so excited. I'm sorry that
No, yeah,
I
this is
wanna.
your time. Yeah.
I know I wanna use up your time. Um.
Can
So,
I pause for just a
oh
minute
yeah.
though? I want you all to know each other. You
Oh.
know, if you take just a minute, and Andy, she's Mary Anjanette. She's in our system as Anjanette.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
And you go by Anjanette or Ange or whatever, right? You said that's what you prefer. So just tell him a little bit about yourself, what market you're in, and
Oh
what you
yeah,
want to
sure.
accomplish over the next 90 days. She's also getting ready to start the funnels. So just introduce yourself to Andy. He's already introduced himself to you
Oh,
in the
yeah.
YouTube training, but
It's in my like Andy. I know Andy because of the YouTube. I've been
yeah.
watching him for
And
the
she
past.
jumped on last Tuesday, Andy, but most of the time she just listened, and then we talked briefly on last week's coaching call. But
Yeah,
and we've got probably four new people that'll be joining us. I don't know if they'll pop on today or not, but
Oh
we've got a
really?
lot of people that are just starting the program.
Oh
Probably not even as far along as you are.
wow, really? So there's new blood also, Tim.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I live Andy. I moved here from Michigan with my husband. My husband is born and raised in Michigan, and my former life was, I moved here from the Philippines, and I'm a registered nurse. I work at University of Michigan for a while as a research nurse, and then moved here in North Carolina. And then I said I don't want to see a lot of dead people, like people getting sick. It's too depressing.
yeah,
I need something happy, like more fulfilling. So what better way? And I heard about, real estate. So and for the past probably 10 years, I'm to real estate, but I didn't do very well. So I feel like I'm just starting now. I'm not as organized. So this is something new for me, but nothing is too late, as long as I'm
that's right.
I don't want to
100%.
give up. I said I'm not, I'm always learning everything, every new every day. And Tim encouraged me, not to be intimidated, because we learn something new every day. So
That's right.
I know I can do great things, if I just follow the recipe that you guys. So I'm looking forward to, making this year, starting now, every day a better year for me in real estate. And then I have one daughter. She's 18. So thank goodness, she's not baby anymore because I did a lot of, I took care of her. I didn't. So also my husband, I live in Cary, North Carolina.
Hmm.
I'm not sure if you're familiar, the Triangle Raleigh area, where UNC.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this market is really, it's growing since we moved here from Michigan because the weather is better here. Michigan is
Mm.
always,
Oh yeah.
you know,
There's probably
snowy,
17 inches of snow up in Michigan today.
and they never melt. So I
Well,
like,
about July they do.
yeah,
And
yeah,
then it turns fall in August.
yeah, exactly. We lived there for a few years, and I told my husband, "Is there any other places than Michigan? From the Philippines?" Because I never get to wear my summer clothes. Always. And I'm sure this is, and he said, well, let's research. And then my husband said that when he moved here, he always also have a tan, he likes
Yeah.
it because he gets vitamin D. He said that, oh, in Michigan, I'm always pale. Here, he's always worked. Sometimes, we work outdoors sometimes on the weekend, and then we get kind of like tan also because because of working outside. We like to clean our front area, but anyways, you get some sun. You don't get depressed. And I remember working in University of UNC. I mean, no, uh, U of M, University of Michigan. When I got here from the Philippines, I've gave this 19 years old or 17 years old a blue pill, and it's called Zoloft or antidepressant. And
Yeah.
I was so first thing I said, from the Philippines, antidepressant. I'm like, why? And then I went to my patient. I said, "You're only 17 or 19. What are you depressed about?"
Right.
I asked him that, from the Philippines, I can get away with it because and act like, I'm new here.
Right.
That's my excuse when people like, well, she's new here, right? I just got fresh from the boat. I can get away with a lot of stuff. So I'm very direct. I'm like, what are you depressed about? And then he'll start talking to me. Wait, I'm becoming like a psychiatrist. I don't get paid extra for this. But anyways, but it's kind of therapeutic. And I said, don't be depressed. I said, I'll give some advice, but it's in a funny way. But anyways, I think it's the weather. You're not exposed to the sun.
Right.
That's a lot of psychological. They said, and then
Yeah.
they did some research later on about light therapy. But anyways, I told my husband, we're gonna be depressed. I don't want to take Zoloft. I don't want to take antidepressant because you can't fight nature.
Right. Yeah, that's why in like Seattle has one of the
Yeah,
highest suicide rates because
I
it
know.
rains all the time there.
Rains and gloomy.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
we're here. You guys are doing great because I was like, oh, these guys are, Andy and Tim, they want, so we're all in the same area, like sunshine. We always love it here because they call it the Carolina blue skies. You
Yeah.
know,
Yep.
it will snow one day and the next day it melts.
Right. Yeah, I was in Birmingham, Alabama yesterday, and the day before it was 80 degrees on Sunday, and
Oh
then
yeah.
yesterday it was 28 degrees and
Oh,
snowing
it's
yesterday
like
in
here.
Birmingham. And then today when we left, it was
Huh?
it was 45 degrees, when we left. So it's still, but no more snow. I mean,
Yeah,
so
that's good. And not like Michigan. It stays, it stays, it stays.
yeah.
Not melting, but
Yeah,
yeah.
that would drive me insane.
Yeah, I don't like it either. And then I also slipped one time, and then every time I drive, I'm always nervous because of the black ice that's hidden underneath. And I said, this is no way. I'm gonna have a heart attack. Anyways, I told him there's gotta be other place besides this. It's the only thing downside is that we're away from our family, but you know,
Yeah.
it's
Well, that gives them a good excuse to come visit somewhere sunny.
right. And we were trying to let them move here, but I guess they're tough. They don't want to,
Yeah.
you know. Anyways, it's there.
Well, it's very nice to meet you, and I'm glad to have you aboard, and I'm really glad that you're finding the training useful. Really, really good. So, yeah,
Yeah.
100%. So, what was your question? What can we help you with?
Oh yeah, thank you. So my first thing to do, I like task.
Yeah,
I was asking Tim, what should I do today?
make a
So
list and check them off.
yeah, I like that because for me, I feel more focused that way.
Yeah.
That's how my brain works. I need to be organized, and that's why I like what you said in Trello. So my question is that when you customize your Chat GPT, Andy,
Hmm.
you mentioned about the left sidebar, where you have your DAL, your video maker. I saw that you're Humanizer Pro. How did you get those lists on the left sidebar of your Chat GPT that
Okay.
you mentioned in the first few, because I'm
Yep.
starting. Yeah.
Good question. Okay, so I will show you. Let's see. I'm going to share my screen real quick.
And you use those a lot, right?
Oh my gosh, yes. I use ChatGPT like I mean, I literally had to stop thinking of it as uh, honestly, I just started thinking of it as my assistant. Like
Yeah.
it's the smartest person in the room
Yeah.
and I basically ask it everything and I'll
I
argue.
know. I'm
I'll argue
amazed.
with
Yeah,
it.
I'm amazed when I was watching your YouTube. I'm like, I can do that. Oh my gosh, this is so, I'm always like, oh my gosh, this is so good.
So yeah, so what you do is so there's like you can come in
Yeah.
here like see
Mhm.
it see right here where it says explore GPTs.
Okay,
All right.
explore PT.
So I'm gonna show you by getting rid of this one. I'm gonna get rid of doll E3. I'm just gonna hide that from the sidebar. So here's the way you do it. So you
Okay.
just go in here and you go explore GPTs, and
Uh-huh.
then you can do a search for like doll dash E3. And then it should come up here in just a second. There we go. So right here, and there's different versions of it, but like this is probably the one when you see one that has 600,000 subscribers that are using it, that's probably a good one to use. So when I can click on that and then you can start a chat with it, or I can click right here, these three little dots, and
Mm-hmm.
say keep in sidebar. That's all you do. And so now whenever I open this back up, it's going to be there. There it is right there.
Ah,
So yeah,
okay.
the three little dots and just say keep in sidebar. And then that way you have it all the time. Like I go back to every one of these. Like if I'm trying to think of a prompt that I want something to do, like I can go right here to prompt engineer and I can
Mm-hmm.
say, build me a prompt from scratch. And it'll say, great, what do you want to do? And it starts asking you questions. What would you like this prompt to do? And I can say, like, I want to write a prompt telling Chat GPT to act as a YouTube expert and designer, and I want to make the perfect thumbnail for my YouTube
Engineer,
videos.
prompt
And then
engineer.
just hit enter. And then here it gives you the prompt. And see right here, it says example prompts you can use. You are a YouTube growth expert, thumbnail designer, and a visual marketing strategist. And you can just copy this whole thing
Uh,
and then you copy it, come back in and make a new chat, and then just paste it and paste the
wow.
whole chat and then
Uh-huh.
hit right there. And it's gonna,
Ooh.
and then it'll start asking you, I'm ready. So here's what I need you to find out. Who's your target audience? Your face or no face? Property play, so you can, I mean, like literally you can write a prompt for anything. So just tell it what to do and it'll do it. And
So
if
these are all free? These are all free.
yeah, well, it's yeah, but so you're paying the $22 a month for Chat GPT, so it's
Yeah.
all included in that one
Is
price.
it? Oh,
Yeah.
cool. Wow.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
how do you know all those on the sidebar, Andy, that you
I'm
have?
sorry, my phone was ringing. Ask me that one more time.
All those prompts that you have on the left sidebar, like the Humanizer Pro.
Yeah.
Which one would you recommend that I will use as a beginner?
The one you're going to use the most is just Chat GPT. I mean, because I've given you the prompts that you're going to need to like
Right.
create your titles, create
That's
the
all.
yeah,
Okay.
everything.
Okay.
And within those prompts, like, if you and you moved, she's part of EXP, right, Tim?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. So you have a Canva Pro account.
I
And
know. I love it.
Canva is, I've really got to do an updated video and show people how to create thumbnails within Canva, because Canva, you can now go into, like, once you upload all the information about your video, like your transcript, and then you can, within those prompts, there's one more prompt you probably need to add to your prompts at the bottom and put, create me three different Canva prompts to make thumbnails for this information, for this transcript. And
Mm.
then ChatGPT will give you three different Canva prompts that you can just put in there. And I'll show you just how easy it is. Let me see. I'm going to pull up the last video I did. Let's see. Yeah, here we go.
Do you
So I'm
still
going to
make
share
videos?
my screen again.
Do you still make videos, Andy, for Orange?
For Orange Beach, yeah, matter of fact, I'll show you. I just did one for a listing that posted Sunday
At 2 o'clock.
yeah, 3 o'clock my time. Yep. So
Oh,
this is it right here. See that right there? So 575 grand in Gulf Shores, Alabama. That's the one I just posted that one day ago.
oh,
So
nice.
and so yeah, for this video, just I'll show you the way that I do it. And I'll show you the prompt or the actual. So let's see right here. Bear with me 1 second. My computer's going really slow.
That's okay. I'll take notes also. It's nice that I get familiarized with how you.
Okay, so I'm going to show you this step by step. That way you'll know exactly how I do it. So what I do is I take those prompts that I've given you and
Mm-hmm.
I put those in. Let's see. Let me see if I can get this to open. It always goes slower when it's on Zoom.
Yeah.
That's okay. I'll wait.
So let's see. All right. So here's my actual prompts that I use. And so, I've got it saying, you are an elite SEO, AEO, GEO expert, blah, 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 blah. And then I give it all the prompts. This is the same thing you have. But
Mm-hmm.
then at the bottom, I've added this one right here that says create 3 Canva prompt concepts that generate curiosity and visually support the transcript's message. Each prompt should be based on the content on the transcript provided, use strong emotion, contrast, and intrigue, include location-based visual cues when relevant, and be formatted as a ready-to-paste prompt for Canva's AI generator. And then I give it an example of how I want it to read out. So then once I get that prompt, it'll look like this. So these are the 3 prompts. So it says right here, additional Canva prompts. And I don't use any blue. And the reason I don't use any blue in any of my thumbnails is because
It's
75%
North
of my
Carolina.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, no,
Just kidding.
yeah, 75% of my audience is watching from their couch. They're watching on TV. And so
Mm.
the blues do not show up on TV very well. So that's
Ah.
the reason I don't use any blue. But
Blue.
so like I'll show you a good example. So this is the first prompt. So what I do is just copy this prompt just like so. And then I come into Canva and I go right over here to Canva's AI generator and I say image, and all I do is paste that prompt and hit enter.
Oh,
That's it. And then
the,
here's what happens. So here's the thumbnail it's going to generate right there.
oh
And you see
wow.
it doesn't spell right, it does some misspelling, but like this one here, just say if I wanted to use this one, it says best part of the house, which I don't know why. Oh, because in that video I mentioned that the back porch was the best part of the house because it has
Ah.
a really nice outdoor seating area.
Mm-hmm.
But if I don't like any one of them, then what I can do is take and copy that second prompt that it gave me, and I just come right here and drop the second prompt in and hit enter again and see what it generates. This is the reason I usually tell it to give me 3, is because if I don't like the first one, I
Yeah,
don't
you
like the
have
second
better
one, then I
one.
get the third one.
Oh.
But see right here, it says Gulf Shores deal, and it misspelled a lot of stuff. I kind of like this one because of the sunshine shining back there in the back, but I don't know who that guy is. So,
That's Ann Jeanette in the fourth one.
Yeah,
yeah.
there you go.
But I'll show and it misspelled Gulf Shores wrong. But here's an easy way to fix this, and this is where I have to do a training video on this. So if I liked everything about this picture except for the fact that this guy's in it and it misspelled this, I can
Mhm.
come in here and hit edit.
Oh, you can edit and add your.
Yeah, and then I come right here and I say either magic grab, or what I want to probably do is grab um the guy first. So I want to
Hmm.
click there and I want to click here. Well, I want all that. But anyway, so I don't want that. And you just grab. So now watch this. So this guy I can get rid of.
Mm-hmm.
I can take him and let's do it again. So edit and hit magic grab. And I grab him, grab. And once it does it, there we go. It won't get rid of him for some reason. All right, hold on. So I'm going to edit him now, and I'm going to say magic eraser. I'm going to get rid of this whole person right here.
I need to learn how to use Canva, the professional.
So I'm going to get rid of this guy and
Mhm.
all this writing.
You can just manually.
You just color him in all the
Mhm.
places you want to get rid of.
Okay, magic.
There's a much easier way to do this, but for some reason it didn't grab it the first time. But I'm just going to show you that you can do it one or two different ways. And then just hit erase. And he's
Oh,
gone.
mm-hmm.
So, and it
Wow.
did mess up the picture a little bit, but you can clean this up. But that just shows you you can get rid of, and or I could just put a picture of me here, like if I just go to uploads,
Your video.
folder, thumbnail, and let's just say I wanted to put a picture of, let's just put a picture of Tim in there.
I like that. I like all kinds of expressions, right?
Yeah, and we want to make Tim big so we
Yeah.
can cover this up. And
Oh,
see,
wow.
I'm covering up the all the fuzzy stuff there.
Mhm.
So I've covered all that up, and then we want to add some text in here. So then you just come in and add text and say, just something simple like, oh no, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna make this
I need to learn
big,
how to use Canva.
and I can change that. I want to change that, and then I can change the color. But you can see you can just play around with this and do make effects. So I want to add an effect to it,
Oh, wow. There's so much to do.
outline it. But there you go. So you see,
Mm-hmm.
I did that
Yeah.
in what, about 20 seconds?
Yeah.
And there's my thumbnail.
Can
So
I can I get that, Andy? That the one because that one that you just showed me,
mhm.
that was not in the
In the training, no, I'm going to do a training on how to create
Canva.
thumbnails within Canva.
Okay.
Because it recently changed to where you could do all this to where it has that AI prompter. And so, you
Okay.
can do videos in Canva now. You can, so you can basically create a video and edit your video and do the whole nine
In
yards.
Canva. Oh,
But yeah, but Canva is a fantastic tool, especially now that they have all their AI generated stuff. It's amazing. Um,
yeah.
but that's just the way I do it. I have it create me three different prompts for Canva, and then that way it just makes your life a whole lot easier.
Yeah.
So creating those thumbnails just gets a whole lot easier to do.
Yeah. Canva. And we don't have to buy a different, it's all in Canva. Like we don't
Yeah,
have.
as a matter of fact, in Can you get a pro by joining EXP, you get a Canva Pro account.
Yeah.
So, well, it's actually a Canva. It's better than a Pro account because it's a corporate account. So you have a corporate account with Canva because it's you can brand it, and this recently changed about a month ago. You used to the brand you had to use all EXP stuff, so it was only branded to EXP. But now you can brand it to your brand. So let's say you create a logo for your real estate team and you have like you wanted to use North Carolina blue and maybe like white or whatever because of the Tar Heels. Well, then you can use that North Carolina blue in all of your advertising, all of your everything. You could make all your thumbnails be those colors. You could do whatever. You could make it branded.
Branded, yeah. That's what I was gonna ask to like the brand color. There's so much to learn, but I got to start somewhere.
That's right. Listen, and it's like eating an elephant. How would you eat an elephant? One small bite at a time.
Yeah.
And
There's so
the and
much to
the
learn.
and the key to I can tell you, I'm going to give you one
Mhm.
word that will absolutely change your life, and I'm telling you, this will be the key to your success, and it is consistency. As long as you're consistent with everything you do, if you tell somebody in your banner that you're going to make videos every single week, you better make videos every week. So just be consistent. If you're just it's kind of like working out at the gym, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't walk into the gym the very first day and expect to bench press 300 pounds. But
Right.
if you started 3 years ago and you were, bench pressing 10 pounds, and then
Yeah.
next week you went to 15, and then the next week you went to 20. Well, then 3 years from now, you might be bench pressing 300 pounds, but you didn't start out at 300 pounds, so that's where we are in our journey now with this YouTube thing is, we're 3,500 subscribers in. We get, on average between 15 and 25,000 views a month. We're getting probably five, maybe six new clients every single, well,
Wow.
here lately it's been every week. We've been getting five or six new clients. It was every month, but now it's like we're getting so
Wow.
many a week. I mean, currently we have $3.5 million under contract that's closing between now and April 15th off the YouTube channel. Um,
Wow.
and we just got a $1.7 million listing off from the YouTube.
Mm,
So, I mean,
that's
if
amazing.
you're just consistent at it and stay with it, you just can't give up. When it gets a little hard, don't, and I can tell just by talking to you that you're not going to give up. You're going to be one of those people that are steady at
I know that's why my husband he gets really nervous.
it.
He's my only, I said, and I was telling my daughter, she's 18, and I told her to get her license also and then maybe join me. And she said she likes to drive and she likes to show homes. And I said, hey, I need a Jew.
Yeah.
Once we
Yep.
get this YouTube going, and God willing, everything will go well. And how long have you been in YouTube, Andy and Tim, like in this?
We did our very
Like 4
first
years.
video November of 2022, our very first video.
Oh,
So not that long, so I mean,
yeah.
it's been 3.5 years in this journey, right there at it. And,
Wow.
and listen, it took us 4 months before we got our first phone call. I mean, we didn't get a
That's
phone call for 4 months. It took us seven
fast.
months to get our first sale. And once we did, it was like a domino effect. They just kept
Wow.
coming, so, and then now it's
Awesome.
gotten to the point where like I said, about five or six times a week, we're getting these phone calls, and the phone calls are when you get your first one, it's going to light your hair on fire because
Really?
they'll call you up and they'll say, "Is this the YouTube?" To me, they say, "Is this the YouTube guy?" And I'm like, "It is." And they go, "Oh my God, I can't believe you answered the phone." And I'm like, "Who else would answer the phone?" I mean, come on.
The number there, right?
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
So
I know
yeah,
you get that. You get that like you're a celebrity somehow, something.
right. Yeah, that's
And
what
it's
it
not
feels
hard
like.
to sell that way because they feel like,
Yep.
you're not harassing them. I feel bad when I call somebody. I feel like, oh.
And now I'll tell you, it's gotten recently where, like this has happened, I don't know, probably five or six times in the last month or two. But I'll walk into a restaurant and then, we're just waiting in line to
Oh,
go in to eat or whatever. And then I just had a guy saw me across the restaurant and he's like, "Oh my God, you're Andy Hollis." And I said,
wow.
yeah, I said I am, and I'm like, do I know you? I'm sitting there thinking, did I sell this guy a house and I don't remember him? And then he comes over and he sticks his hand out. He said, "Buddy, my wife and I watch your channel religiously every single week. We know exactly what
Wow.
time they come on, and we sit on our couch and we watch their videos." He said, "We're in Ann Arbor, Michigan," and he
Ann
said,
Arbor,
"Yep."
that's where, yeah, I worked at U of M,
Yeah,
Ann
he said
Arbor.
we're in Ann Arbor, Michigan, and we're and in about 2 years we're going to retire and we're going to move to the beach and we're going to call you when we get ready. And I'm like, okay, perfect.
Wow.
So, but that'll happen. And then we went to a little place called Milkshake Mama, which is it's a milkshake place. And my wife and I went in there to eat, and the guy behind the counter comes running around the counter. He was like, "You're the YouTube guy." He said, "Oh my God, I got somebody famous in my shop." And I was like, maybe infamous, not famous.
You take a selfie and then put it in there,
Yeah,
right?
he said, you got to do a video of the place.
Funny.
You got to do a video of the place. I said, okay. I said, but there's not a lot to do here. It's a very small shop, but yeah.
Wow, amazing. I can't believe that, your influence, you don't know this until you experience, you meet all these people that's watching your
Yeah,
video. Wow.
100%.
It's really effective, I guess, when you just know what you're doing, like what you was teaching. So,
Well, I didn't start out knowing that. I was just like you, just so you know. I
I,
mean, I was a novice. I had no idea what I was doing. It was just I was just too stubborn to give up. So I mean, I just knew. I kept telling Aileen every week. I said, "I'm telling you, this thing's about to blow up. I'm just telling you, this thing's about to blow up." And she would say, "I know, I know, I know. We got it." And I'm like, "No, you don't understand. I got this gut feeling this thing's gonna blow
Mhm.
up. It's about to blow up." And then
Yeah,
there
that's
we
how
go.
I feel too. Because when I was watching you, my brain is like, I can't, I'm just, sometimes I can't sleep because it's
Yeah, I know.
just
Me
thinking
too.
about it. Like, can you imagine if I do it right? Like what Andy was talking about. I mean, I can't just imagine, I mean, what could go wrong
Right.
if
Yeah.
I follow the recipe. I mean,
Stick
if
to the recipe and stay consistent.
I know, I'm like, this is like, oh my gosh, I can't. Sometimes I wake up and like, I want to do the video now, but I don't, I still have like a lot to learn, but like you said, just ask questions, be consistent, and
That's right.
like today, I told my husband, I gotta have one every day. I gotta learn something, and I have to make sure that every day I do something to move forward. Like you said, how do you swallow? I mean, how do you eat the whole elephant? But doing it daily,
That's right.
consistently. And I'm the kind of person that when I keep doing it, and it just comes natural, like, oh,
Yeah,
Mhm.
you just have to practice. Just like as a nurse, I always relate to being a nurse when you do a skill over and over, it just comes naturally and you just get better at it.
that's
So I'm
right.
teachable. Like I said, I just let me know, tell me what to do. I'm not proud to say if I make mistakes, like, okay, how do you do it the right way? And then let's do it that way. I don't,
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
not,
you think about it. I watched an interview with Tiger Woods one time, and they said, that everything just looks so natural to you. Like that you got this incredible talent for playing golf. And he said, yeah. Well, he said what you don't see is
yeah,
the 400 million golf balls that I have hit in my backyard,
it's,
and have hit them wrong. He said the 400 million that I'd hit wrong until I got the one right, like the tuning fork went off. And he said, and then you sit there and think about all the things that you did wrong. He said they were just a stepping stool and they made you learn the right way to do it. And he said,
Yeah.
so there is no such thing as a wrong way. It's just not the right way yet.
yeah,
So
you just have to keep doing it, right?
absolutely,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, that's why that's sometimes I get really a lot of times I get really uh what do you do discouraged.
Yeah,
But then I learned to get back again and like, okay, I did wrong. Let's do it the right way this time. Let's keep doing it until we
that's right.
so yeah, my question now is Tim, so Andy, can you please direct me now? I know that follow the video. So you said new construction. And then Tim told me about 12 videos, Tim. Should I start with the new construction video or the
Yes.
okay.
Yeah,
So,
I think personally,
mm-hmm,
Andy's given you enough Chat GPT prompts within the training that you could push
mm-hmm,
Chat GPT off to the back burner for a couple weeks. I
okay.
would put your attention on naming your channel,
Maybe
doing
my
the SEO, and starting to create all those new construction home tour videos. And
new
do
construction.
them the way Andy teaches you to do it in the video.
Yeah, I
Learn
actually
that intro and that outro script and just be yourself, and make mistakes and don't start the whole video over again. Just kind of start that last sentence that you messed up on. Just say that again and edit out the error. And some errors you're going to want to leave in. You'll see the videos that Andy and Aileen and I do. We leave a lot of errors in just because it makes us look more natural. So don't be fearful of trying to create the perfect video. You will get better and better and better with each one. And in 6 weeks, you'll look back and you'll laugh at the first video you did, but it got you where you're going to be in 6 weeks. And then you
Yeah,
just keep building on that.
exactly.
Do you
Yes.
agree or want to add or change any of that, Andy?
No, that's spot on. Yeah, I mean the very first videos we did, woo-wee, they were terrible. I mean, and they still live on the channel. I mean, I'll go back every now and then and watch them and go, "Holy cow, I can't believe how crazy this looks." I mean, because now I don't I don't ever use a script, but I've also done 2,000 of these things, you know. I mean,
Yeah,
so it's become almost second nature.
natural. Yeah.
I can't, it's almost like I can't do it any other way now, you know, because I've gotten so, my muscle memory has gotten so to the point to where, as a matter of fact, I'll tell you, Aileen, when, if you'll watch some of the ones she does, she still says the exact same thing every single time. She still says, "So you're thinking about moving to
Oh,
Gulf
yeah.
Shores, Alabama?" Well, today in this video, and I've told her 1,000 times, stop saying that. We're to the point now where we have an audience. YouTube already knows what our videos are about. So what
Oh,
I want you to do is shift, you know, so kind of grab the attention. I want to hook right out of the gate. When you're a young channel and you don't have an audience, you have to do that. You have
mhm.
to say, "So you're thinking about whatever, you know, you're thinking about moving to North Carolina. Well, today in this video, we're going to show you blah, 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 blah. And then let's get to it." Then you have your little small intro. Then you ask them to subscribe. And then you go and you say, "As we mentioned today in this video, here's what we're going to go over. You know, we're going to do this, we're going to do this." And then you get into it. But Aileen still does it the exact same way. And I've told her 1,000 times, stop doing that. Here's what we got to start doing. And she's like, I've just gotten so used to the
Because-
hash. When she grabs her selfie stick, turns her microphone on, and the first words out of her mouth is, "So you're
Oh,
thinking about going to," and she's like, I mean, she just can't help it, which is fine, you know. But I mean, I did one a couple of weeks ago where, you know, I don't start out that way. I'm walking out of the condo that I'm filming, and I'm saying, you know, they say in real estate that the three most important things is location,
location, location.
location, location. And I say, well, in this video today, we're going to show you one that you are not going to believe the location. And then we get right into the video. So YouTube knows exactly what I'm talking about. I already have an audience built out. They know who to put it in front of. And that video got, you know, I think 300 views in the first like 6 hours that it went live. So, you know, and I'm not really all apart. I don't really look at the vanity matrix of it. I don't care how many views a video gets. I don't care how many subscribers the channel gets. What I care about is this, that phone ringing. I want the phone to ring and people to say, you know, "Holy cow, we got to use you as a real estate agent because you obviously know what you're talking about." And so that's my goal with the channel. So, you know, but I guess the catch 22 to that is the more subscribers you get and the more views you get, the more eyes you're in front of. So I guess it is kind of important, but I just don't ever look at it. I mean, I'm not one of those that sits down and looks at a video and goes, "Golly, this video only got 100 views and it's been out there for 7 days and I must have done something terrible," and start beating yourself up. I don't
Mhm.
care. I do the video, I put it out there. If it gets seen, it gets seen. If it don't, you know, then, you know, whatever. I'll make it up on the next one. But, you know, like Tim has, he used to have written on his board. I don't know if he does or not, but done is better than perfect. You know, so
Yeah.
if you get them done, and I've often told people, you know, you're gonna, and here's another thing, I have some advice to give you. When you do start getting your videos up there, you're going to have the naysayers. You're going to have people who put negative comments on there. They're going to say stuff like, "Oh, your music's too loud. Oh, that's a dumb sweater you got on." You know, whatever. I mean, they're going to say stupid things to you. And then, but just remember this.
I don't care.
It's still attention. It's
Yeah.
still attention.
Mhm.
So they're still looking at it. And then all you have to do is, just comment back and say, sorry you didn't like my sweater, but check out my pants. Something like that. Just be
Have a good
funny.
sense of humor.
Yeah, yeah, get a sense of humor about it and let it roll like water off a
There's
duck's back.
always haters,
Oh
they're,
yeah.
I think they're just jealous.
Exactly. They're just trolls. They're out there just to be negative. They can't
Yeah.
be happy.
The point is just get yourself out there, and
Bingo.
like you said, this video is gonna matter to somebody that's serious about moving to that area, and that's
Absolutely.
I'm just gonna
Absolutely.
focus on those because those people that are critical about unnecessary, they're just there to, you know, they're not serious. So
Right.
scratch. Don't pay attention to those.
That's right.
Yeah. So thank you for that because sometimes I get really like,
Yeah.
my, sometimes you're like, huh? How can they say such, such a,
Right.
sometimes the drama, like, what? They didn't like my sweater, what's wrong? They don't have my style.
That's
Anyway,
right.
and I know how to come back to those, believe me. When I was a nurse, I always get the toughest patient given to me.
Yeah.
I don't know why, because maybe they're some nurses, they always give me the toughest, nastiest person, and I turn it to my best friend.
Yeah.
I, one time there's this Italian guy, he would throw away stuff to nurses.
Yeah.
But then what I did before I came in, I shouted by the door. I said, Mr. What's his name? Kind of Lenny, whatever. If you are going to throw something to me, make sure you can really target me really good because I'm really fast. And I and then I look and then I get, I've been playing with him and he was like a really grouchy guy. And I said, "Where are you from?" I said, and he said, "From Italy." And I'm from the Philippines. And so we had a little conversation by the door. So that's how I established my friendship with him. And then I look inside. You're not gonna throw anything to me, right? If you are, then I said, I'm going to tie you in and then so you can't do anything, right? So I tried to scare him myself, and then but
Yeah.
I laughed. And then he said, "Oh," and he said, "Okay," and sometimes I do tricks to them, like not to abuse them, but I would always try something really different. But anyways, the point is like I don't get easily affected sometimes. Like, oh, you're the toughest, who cares? I know how to deal with you. Just
Right.
but anyway, sometimes they'll look at me, your last name is Kasleski. You don't look like a Kasleski to me. And I said, but can I marry one? Yeah. Anyway, they're always like, oh yeah, 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 I guess so. But so it's just how you handle that situation. So but my husband said, don't develop a onion skin, tough skin, leather skin.
Right.
So okay, go
Guys, I've got to run. I apologize. I've got
ahead.
a webinar to give in five
Okay.
minutes.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
oh
about to
yeah.
have to do the same thing because I got to reset all the stuff in that webinar.
So,
So, did we
okay.
get all your questions?
Yeah, just quick question. New construction videos team. I'll start with that, right?
Yep. Yeah. Start with
And then
that.
just follow the prompts.
Yes, 100%.
Okay. 12 of those.
Yeah, 12 videos. And when you go through the funnel training, they're going to kind of guide you through that. So they'll tell you, how they're going to tell you a different way to shoot them than what I do because they're going to tell you just go out really quick, do a walkthrough, and then add the voice to it later. Follow what I tell you to do on the videos
Follow him.
because yeah, because if you get your face in it, the goal of the video is to make people know, like, and trust you before they ever meet you. That's what the goal is. So you want them to learn who you are and you know and to learn your personality. You have a very bubbly, funny personality, and so that's going to come through in the video. So people are going to like you right off the bat. So
Okay. I hope
that's
so.
yeah, oh yeah, 100%. I have no doubt. So,
Okay. Thanks,
yep.
Andy. I
Yeah.
enjoyed your video, by the way. So I'm gonna rewatch them and then follow the prompts
Yeah.
to the new construction and start from there, right?
Yep.
And
Yep.
then create my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Okay.
100%. And so let
Okay.
me ask you something real quick before
Okay.
I jump off of here.
Okay. Thank you, Andy.
Yeah, the what you've said today, all the nice stuff about it. Do you care if I use some of these segments as a testimonial to talk about
Oh,
the
of
training?
course.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
I really enjoyed it. You did a great job in your YouTube video. I've never seen anything like that. Very detailed, and there's no way for you to miss anything because you really hit all the points. So it's really,
Awesome.
yeah, I enjoyed it. I
All
can't
right,
wait.
good deal. Okay,
Great.
if you need anything, let us know, okay?
Yeah, Andy, how can I get hold of you if I have question in between? Just text you,
Yeah, you can just text me or
email you. You have an email.
you can go into the school training and then click on my picture and there's a little button up there that says chat. You can just and I'll get the alert. So if you need anything, just hit me up that way.
Full training and then chat and then
Yep.
look for you.
Yep.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks,
See you
Andy.
later.
Thank
Good
you.
luck. All right,
Thank
bye-bye.
you.